Hello students. So for this discussion naman ay ito na po yung last chapter ng biochemistry, which is about body fluids. Okay. So first, what are body fluids? Body fluids are it implies the water inside your body, including those sa water, yun yung mga kasama din ng water sa ating katawan, ang mga dissolved solutes at saka biochemical substances. Okay? So marami naman function ng water sa inyong katawan. They serve as cushions, lubricants, temperature regulators. Also, water act as reactants and help in the movement of substance in the body. And your body is made up about 60% water. Okay? So take note of this. Your body is 60% H2O. So it depends upon the sources or reference. Merong mga 62% ang nakalagay, merong 70. Pero let's fit to 60% water. So there are also extracellular fluids. Meron tayong mga tinatawag class na extracellular fluid. When we say extracellular fluid, those are fluids that located or situated outside the cell. They are the fluids that are not inside your cells. And those extracellular fluid make up about 25% of your body weight. Okay? 25% of your body weight are extracellular fluid. Then, about sa sa isa pang type ng fluid na matatagpuan sa ating katawan, meron pa tayong tinatawag na interstitial fluids. So what are interstitial fluids naman? Interstitial fluids naman, they are the fluids that directly surrounds your cells. Directly surrounds the cells. So, yung kanyang percentage of ating body weight? It makes up about 17% of your body weight. Ang interstitial fluid. Then, also, we have the blood plasma. Yung blood plasma, syempre, matatagpuan yan sa atin. Ito, kita nyo, mga veins yan. Mga arteries, mga blood vessels natin. Inside that, meron tayong blood. Then, yung blood plasma, malaking porsyento niyan ay water. So, this blood plasma that contains also water, or it's also a body fluid, make up about 5% of your body weight. Okay, 5% of your body weight. And also, there are other body fluids like lymph. Yung lymph, nabanggit ko yan sa digestion and absorption ng fats. Fats. So, dyan muna pumapasok yung chylomicrons. So, sa lymph vessel. So, yung laman ng lymph vessel na fluid, that is called the lymph. Also, other body fluids like urine is also included. Urine, the CSF. CSF is cerebrospinal fluid. Cerebrospinal fluid. Then we have also aqueous humor. Aqueous humor. A type of body fluid again. And synovial fluid. These are other fluids that only takes up a lesser amount in your body. Synovial fluid. May pinakamalaki tayong percent is the extracellular fluid. Then followed by the 17% interstitial fluid, yung fluid that directly surround the cell. We have the blood plasma, which is 5%. And the rest is lymph, urine, CSF, aqueous humor, synovial fluid. Then in this video, our focus is the two main fluid that are commonly used for diagnostics. Diagnostics sa mga ospital. And alam ko na kung alam niyo na itong dalawang body fluids ito. That is the blood and the urine. Okay? So let's look at the blood. So blood is very essential in life because it carries out numerous functions. These functions are attributed to different components of the blood. So blood is composed of liquid part plasma. So let me draw the test tube. So when you centrifuge the blood, meron tayong plasma sa ibabaw. Then meron tayo ditong kaunting portion sa baba. So ang blood po is made up of ilang percent po ng plasma ay water. So yung plasma, which is pinakamadaming component ng blood, ay about 91% H2O. Okay? So and 7% and 2% ay protein at saka inorganic organic substances. So ang meron diyan sa plasma. So sa niyan sa plasma 17% niya ay protein and 2% ay inorganic and organic substances ang meron diyan sa plasma. Then other components of blood is also the what makes the blood red, the RBC. We have the erythrocyte, and erythrocytes, the RBC. We have the thrombocyte and the leukocyte. Yung ating mga blood cells. So the plasma and the cellular parts, including also the platelets, the thrombocyte. Okay. What are the functions of blood in your body? So there are numerous functions. Una, ang blood, it carries oxygen. That's the primary function of the blood. So from lungs to tissue. Okay? Now, on your basic anatomy, diga, napag-aralan nyo sa circulatory system, when your heart oxygenate, okay, when your lungs oxygenate the blood that is being oxygenated will be pumped by the heart. So this heart will pump that blood into different parts of the body. And your different parts of the body will use the oxygen, specifically dun sa mga tissues. Then, it will return back to the heart as deoxygenated. Then, ang heart magpapump uli papunta sa lungs para ma-oxygenate uli yung blood. Mabigyan ng oxygen. Kasi yung oxygen ay galing from the atmosphere punta sa inyong ilong. Then, ilalagay ng inyong lungs yung oxygen dun sa blood. Then ipapump ng heart to different parts of the body. So the first function of the blood, syempre kini-carries niya yung oxygen para mabigyan ng oxygen yung different parts of the body. Remember how important is oxygen on our metabolic pathways, lalo na dun sa Krebs cycle at saka electron transport chain. Okay? So next, aside from carrying oxygen, it also carries CO2. It also carries CO2 from tissue to the lungs. Baligtad naman from tissue to lungs. Okay? So, basan ko lang. So, bale, ang blood din, dala-dala din niya yung mga CO2. So, ito po yung blood natin So, it composed also of CO2 and it composed also of oxygen. So, yung oxygen ay dinideliver from lungs to different parts of the body sa mga tissue. Then yung CO2 naman, dadalhin from the tissue to the lungs para from your in exhalation, mailalabas mo yung excess CO2 sa iyong system gamit ang respiratory system. So remember our CO2 has a normal level, or atmosphere pressure of our CO2 in our system is should 35 to 45 35 to 45 mmHg. So we need to get rid of excess CO2. So blood din po yung nagdadala nun papunta sa lungs. Then also it carries nutrients. It carries nutrients from digestive tract or the gastrointestinal tract to the tissue. Remember, dun sa ating digestion and absorption, ang after po natin ma-absorb from the small intestine, pumupunta po yung ating nutrients. For example, yung glucose or amino acid. Amino acid ay get absorbed to the portal vein. Then this portal vein is leading to the liver. Okay? So, it carries nutrients from the gastrointestinal tract. After digestion, absorption, papunta sa portal veins, then punta sa liver. Then also, hindi lang po nutrients, hindi lang CO2 at hindi lang oxygen ang kinicarries niya. Nagkicarries din po yung ating blood ng mga waste. It carries waste products ng mga biochemical reactions sa katawan nyo or yung mismong kinakain nyo. May mga waste products yan. At saan dadalhin? From tissue para tanggalin, i-cleanse yung katawan to the excretory system. Excretory system or organ. Okay? Specifically, your kidney. Your kidney in the form of urine. Then also, ang ating blood ay meron din po siyang buffer system, buffer systems na dala-dala ang ating blood, yung ating carbonic acid and bicarbonate buffer system that maintains pH of the blood. Maintain pH of blood. Yan, ganyan po ka-essential ang ating blood. Blood and body. Okay? So, next, it maintains constant body temperature. Kasi your blood is made up of water. Predominantly water. Specifically, the plasma of the blood is 91% water. So, it also maintains, it also, for homeostasis of the body temperature, maintain constant body temp. Okay? Yun po another function ng blood. Okay? So, next function na ba? It carries hormones. Okay? It carries hormones. Yung mga hormone, nire-release sa bloodstream, then it will be delivered to different parts of the body depende sa kanyang sa kanyang purpose. So, it is, syempre, yung mga hormones is secreted from the endocrine glands. So, dadalhin yan kung saan sila kailangan gamitin. Next, it transport infection-fighting blood cells. It also transports infection fighting blood cells. Medyo magulo sulat ko. Fighting blood cells. Like, for example, yung ating WBC or the leukocytes. And also the antibodies. Okay? those are the essential function of your blood. So you need to be familiar with that essential function of blood. So by the way, ang ating blood is made up of plasma, which is made up of 91% water. Then 7% niyan ay protein and 2% inorganic and organic substances, such as for example yung mga ions at saka yung mga sugar na meron sa inyong blood. Then the rest is the blood cells, yung blood component, yung mga blood cells like erythrocyte, thrombocyte, and leukocyte, and other cells. So now we're done with the essential information about the blood. We move on to the next body fluids that is commonly used in diagnostic, that is the urine. Okay, so we have this kind of process that done in our body constantly, specifically by the kidney, so by our kidneys, okay, left and right. So we know that is called blood cleansing, so kidneys are super filtration machine, right? They filter waste products, reabsorb those that are essential to the body, and eliminate also, tinatanggal din ng kidney ang mga unwanted and most likely the toxic one sa ating system. One of the example ng toxic one sa ating system is, for example, yung creatinine na tumataas sa mga tao na mayroong kidney disease. So these waste products are carried by the bloods in about 100 ml of blood pass through the kidney daily. So ito po another important information. 100 ml po ng blood ang pinipilter ng kidney daily, daily, per day. Okay, so daily ay 100 ml ng blood ang nagpapass through sa kidney. Therefore the kidney works through filtration and reabsorption of chemicals. After i-filter, para siya may salaan, ay i-reabsorb niya uli dapat yung mga essential chemical products from the blood para hindi tayo magkasakit. For example, the kidney should reabsorb the protein, the sugar, para ibalik sa katawan natin at gamitin ng ating mga cells. Kasi along with the pagpunta kasi dito ng blood, yan, pagpunta diyan para isala ng ating kidney. The blood has a components, yung mga proteins, yung mga essential nutrients. Then it will be filtered out, ultra filtered, like the urine. So this we highlight this urine, the final product of this filtration. And ang mga kailangan ng katawan natin i-reabsorb uli ng kidney after filtration, filtration. So meron tayong tinatawag na reabsorption. Okay? So i-reabsorb uli ng kidney yung mga essential materials na kailangan niya. Okay, ng ating specifically ng ating katawan. Okay? So now we're talking now with urine. Ang urine ay liquid byproduct in humans excreted in the kidney. So this urine, ano po kaya ang composition ng urine? So let's have a sample test tube again. So let's say we have a urine sample. So this urine sample is composed of the following components. So we have the following components of the urine. So unang-una, meron po siyang dito. Dilaw na lang po yung gawin natin kulay for the urine. So this is the I'm not sure kung dilaw ga to para hindi naman. So this is the urine. So sa baba ita-darker natin yung kulay ng materials dito sa baba. Then sa taas meron din po siyang another thing here. Yan. So then let's say meron tayong beaker. And for example, in-evaporate natin lahat ng materials, ang matitira po ay tubig. Ano? Tubig. Urine is about ilang percent ng water? Urine is 95%. Okay, take note of that. 95% H2O. Then, the rest na mga masaseparate natin, yung mga dissolved ano sa kanya, na mga waste product yung hindi kailangan ng katawan. So, the first one is the creatinine. Ano? Creatinine. This is a byproduct ng mga metabolic ano sa katawan na toxic sa katawan, kaya dapat na ilalabas sa urine. Ammonia. And also uric acid. Okay? So, it makes up about 0.2% of our urine sample. Then, yung mga dissolved salt and other ions is andito po sa kulay dilaw kulay dilaw. So, dissolved salts and other ions. So, let's say for example, yung mga potassium ions, so sodium is around 2.8%. And then the last is we have the important byproduct of this the urea. Urea is around 2%. Medyo malaking percentage ng urea. Urea is from the deamination process, o yung ng ammonia. Pag-convert ng ammonia ni liver, kasi ang ammonia toxic sa system natin, kailangan gawing non-harmful sa system na urea. Then yung urea i-release sa urine. Okay? So pag in-evaporate natin ang 95% po ng ating urine is water. Okay? So that's the composition of the urine. So you're lucky kung normal pa yung kidney nyo, kasi yung mga toxic product na yan ay talagang nailalabas ng maayos sa inyong katawan. So your kidney has a very vital function. Aside from cleansing your blood, by filtering 100 ml of blood daily, the kidney also has a role in maintaining the pH of the blood. So that is called the buffer. So blood pH is maintained at 7.35 to 7.45. Yung ating pH, that is the normal pH, para yung acidosis, ma-prevent yung acidosis at saka alkalosis. So the lungs and the kidney and the brain ay nagwo-work or nag-i-interplay para ma-maintain yung pH na yan. So the lungs provide an immediate yet non-lasting compensation to acid-base imbalance in your body. And ang kidney naman, siya naman po ay nagpo-provide ng longer lasting compensation. Bale, if meron ng problem with the pH of this, meron tayong acidosis or alkalosis, ang kidney po ang may pinakamatagal na compensatory mechanism kaysa sa lungs. So, kidney is involved in the bicarbonate-carbonic acid buffer system. The system works by reaction of carbon dioxide to water to form a carbonic acid catalyzed by carbonic anhydrase. Bale, yung carbon dioxide sa dugo, CO2, will react with H2O in the blood, then forming the carbonic acid. Okay? Carbonic acid. Then, yung carbonic acid ay can be disintegrate to H plus ion. So, natin isa. So, ito po concentrate carbonic acid, nagpo-form siya kapag may CO2 sa system, like what the lungs do. Reversible reaction din po yan. So, bali, ang po dito ay carbonic anhydrase. That is carbonic anhydrase, ang kanyang enzyme. Carbonic anhydrase. Then, ito po naman, nadi-dissociate ito into bicarbonate. So, HCO3, a weak base, and H plus ion. So, bali ito, ang may ano dito, may part dito na malaking ginagampanan is your kidney. Your kidney has a big role on this uh, releasing or retaining this bicarbonate. So yung kidney mo ang magko-control ng paglabas or pag increase nitong ng bicarbonate kasi nire-release niya to sa urine. So I hope yung ating initial idea or knowledge about sa body fluids in your body, important body fluids at yung mga important dito data and information ay na-note nyo kasi possible na itanong po ito sa final exam. Okay? So in this video, we tackle about the essentials of blood and urine. Okay? The first two body fluids. So, there are other body fluids that you're going to be familiar with, and I'm going to tackle those body fluids in our next discussion. That's all for this video, and God bless, class.